Hey, I'm Angela Shelton. I am a filmmaker, writer, performer, loudmouth. I am a paradox, I've been called. I've been interviewing like my longest audience members, like my deepest fans, and they're like, it's you. You know what you are? You're human. And you're real. So I'm going to continue being human and real in the messages that I share. And there's a big one. In 2001, I got thrown into my life completely transitioning, like completely flipped, when I made the documentary Searching for Angela Shelton. And I drove around the country and I met all the Angelas that had my name. And I thought it was going to be funny because I'm dying to do a comedy because I feel like I'm funny. I feel like I like to do funny things. I make people laugh all the time. Anyway, it's not funny. What I discovered was that 70% of the women had been victims of child sexual abuse, rape, and or domestic violence, sometimes all of them. And it really shocked me and threw me into deeper conversations, really. That's what I do. I have deep conversations. I have a cooking show where I have deep conversations. I have deep conversations with humans. Every single one of my projects, kind of even the golf comedy, is introduces some deeper conversations. And I got a big, deep conversation for us. Okay, I have been in the trauma and recovery world, I guess you want to call it, the movement, since 2001. And speaking about, violence against women and child sexual abuse, domestic violence, etc., I became really good friends with Ann Lee, who created Darkness to Light, which is excellent. The darknesstolight.org, it trains adults on how to recognize and react responsibly to child sexual abuse. It's great. It's one of my favorite organizations ever. And she has been asked to speak before the UN this morning. It's like, and she goes, she had very little time, and we were on the phone, what do you say? How do you answer this question? Here's the question. Where are we as survivors of, insert word, child sexual abuse, incest, survivors of child sexual abuse, or sexual violence, survivors of the Catholic Church, etc. Where are you? Where are we at with that? And what is there left to do? What do we do? And because it looks like there's going to be a day. We're going to get a day. Are you excited? You're going to get a, Day of Women or, Grandpa's Day, Grandparents' Day. We're going to get a Survivor Day. To focus on the healing. And that seems like a simple question, but it really hit me. And also I'm doing 400 things. I'm in Nashville right now. We're recording one album, just finished another one. I'm helping. I have my one project that I'll go off on a tangent. I can put links of what I'm doing, but I don't want to go off on a tangent because I will. I'll tell you later. But in the midst of all this work, I have been thinking about this question all day, every day, for a very short period of time. And where are we? And I got so emotional. It's taken me 14 times to even make this video because I get hit with the reality. I'm like, do you really want me to answer that question? And she's like, well, yeah. I'm like, well, we live in a matrix, first of all. We live in a matrix. And what you think is happening is not always happening. Picture, okay, you're at a big game, a college game, or professional college, whatever, at a big, huge stadium. There's some crazy, god-awful, horrible human trafficking going on. That's like where they're trading people. When you see like a RV, a tailgating, there can easily be women, children trapped and tied up in those. That's how they exchange them. Not one way, there's many ways they do this, but it's literally right in front of your damn face. And that to me is so, like, as far as the question of like what's still to be done, well, stop that madness, like, actually, but it makes so much money. So the question for me, really, when you're like, well, where are we and what's left to be done, I start talking about like yachts and islands and awareness, and you're like, you only get 2 minutes to talk to the UN. And I said to Anne, I was like, this is like, again, putting me in, or us, I feel that we are in the middle of a seesaw. I can just stand here and try to breathe and answer that question. Because on the one side of the seesaw is amazing. Like, that's amazing. We're going to get a day. Are you excited? And people are talking about it. There's healing. There's so much healing material out there. Like, you can almost, I don't want to just say it, but you can almost like miraculously heal yourself. Well, I don't even say almost. You can totally miraculously heal yourself from all this shit. I even have a podcast called 101 Ways to Heal That Shit. There's so much healing, and I'm constantly sharing that. Like, that's everything I do is a healing conversation, even the sexual healing. So the information is available. It's a matter of finding it. And so there's elevated sexual experiences. There's taking your creativity back. It's always like taking it back, like healing that, going to the next level of awareness. Like, so on that side of the seesaw, it's amazing, right? And then on the other side of the seesaw, it's like, it's so unbelievable that I can't even, like, I almost can't even breathe. Like, I'm like, just to practice standing in the face of all this bullshit is a simple practice in breathing and not spontaneously combusting. Like, if you really, some people, like, if you knew what's going on, like in the houses next to you, you're like, there's like that frozen and unbelievable shock, fear, terror. I mean, think about what it is for the kids, and the people that are actually like literally trapped. Like, we need escape routes. So that would be one thing I say. I get emotional. What do we need? Where are we? And what do we need? What needs to be done? Where are we? I feel like there's a huge amount of healing happening. It's great. We're great. We're gonna get a day. I'm so excited about my day. There's healing and awareness, and that's great. Yes. And then we are living in a matrix. And sometimes, I mean, I don't want to get all crazy. I can. But sometimes the ones that appear to be your saviors or the people that are helping, or the people in power, like, sometimes that is actually not real. It's not real. And it's kind of a trap. Oh my God, she's saying things out of her mouth. Yeah. So I feel like all of the awareness we're doing and the advocacy is great and all, but it's also hammering the toe of a giant. It's a lot of work, and you're literally just hammering the toe of a giant. I think what needs to be done is that we survivors heal at such an accelerated level that we rise like water, and we rise collectively, and there's then more of us than there are them, and you drown that motherfucker. Theoretically, visually, energetically. Although, is there always going to be balance in the world? There's a whole other conversation. Like, I feel like I am on the middle of a seesaw, because all I want to do is just be like this. I want to testify and sing and do amazing dances before the Lord. That's what I want to do, of just like, of gratitude of the amazing, beautiful things that are happening in life. And then I want to completely fall to my knees in like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. Tell me the answers, because I simply don't know, because it's so awful. Like, it's so awful. I am completely at your mercy. Like, what do you do? What do you do? So that's my question for you. Where do you think we're at? Questions. I have questions, constant questions. And then I see miracles. I see miracles all the time. Miraculous miracles, and just beautiful. I see such beautiful things happening. And then it's flipped with the biggest, can't even speak, horrors. So what's happening in my business and what I'm doing right now is I've been helping organizations that are doing suicide prevention campaigns, which is, again, on the seesaw. Like, there's these amazing things happening, and then there's intensity. Like, there's the bottom, like, you hit rock bottom, and it's the end. It's game over. So what happens when there's the game over button, and how can we prevent the game over button for others? I know I've been there. I have totally been there, and which is awesome and an honor for me to now help. How have I helped you in your life? And I'd love to know exactly what that was. Was it spoken? Was it a video? Was it a book? Like, how have I helped you by sharing my own life with you? And how can I help you more? Like, where are you at? Like, 'cause some people are at, like, I want to have, heal all my sexual trauma and, like, live a happy life sexually with my partner, or I just want to get out of the actual mode where I'm going to push the game over button. Because a lot of people are at, like, the last straw. Like, you're at and I've been there. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to be at the end. And you're like, well, do I press the game over button? And so how can I help you? Where have I helped, and how can I help more? And what is it about me that you find helpful? So who are you? Where have you been? And where are you going? And where are you in the journey? And how can I help you?